Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. Well. Someone said that once you join an alliance or an organization, some part of your freedom or your autonomy or goes away, liberty goes away. It's taken away by the organization because you have to abide by the will of the members and that or desires, and those desires, ideas do not always match or they're not unanimously agreed upon. So therefore you have to, like in a democratic system, once you agree to be part of a democratic system, you go and vote. Let's say your candidate loses and you have 4 years to be ruled by or led by or managed by some people that you disagree with. So you have to wait 4 more years. In the meantime, you just work in the system and take care of your life and hope that next time you're going to do a better job. And there's no way to get out of this. Now, European Union tries to be a monolithic bloc with other countries that should speak with one voice. Things are more complicated than that. There are different people with different histories, and the histories of those countries and people, many, in many instances, they are against one another, very deep in their national consciousness. A lot of politicians who are elected by their own people um, will have to be elected by the same group, which is their nation. So when the European Union um, um, issues an order, uh, these countries, these politicians might say, yeah, we have to do that, but then they can't convince the population. So the population will vote them out, disagreeing with the European Union's decision. In this case, as you know, the European Union decided to place an embargo on Russian oil, gas, and all that. But some countries decided to, and some companies from some countries decided to try to bypass and not try. They are bypassing the embargo. Why? Because their profits and their people are more important than what Ursula, unelected by the European Union citizens, Ursula, the president of European Union, she was not elected by the French, by the Romanians, by the Germans. No, she was elected by the European Council over there, who some people appointed her and they voted for her or not. She was just picked up from somewhere, put over there. They voted for her, and she's the president of the Europeans. That's how she's the European Union's chief in whatever. So this is how it works, and she is very tough. Obviously, she's maneuvered by other interests because she's not her on her own because she got picked by someone. Who's that hand who picked her? It was not her or some other people who put her in front and said, let's see if we're going to vote for you." She didn't elbow everybody and say, wait, that's me right here, you're going to vote for me. She was what, a German minister or something before. Nevertheless, let me read you this contradiction, because you see, this European Union starts threatening their own members, blackmail and threats, remember? So it's from the Insider, um, by Hui Liang Tan, April 28th, 2022, and it says the EU, European Union, warns natural gas companies not to pay Russia in rubles after the country cut supplies to Poland and Bulgaria. Well, it was not like that. The embargo came, it was not that the embargo came after these guys, the Russians cut gas to Poland and um, Bulgaria. They, if you really want to know how it happened, it's just that Bulgaria and especially Poland inserted themselves in the camp of Ukraine from the very beginning, because they like one another, Ukrainians and Poles and Ukrainians and Russians. They like one another very much. Yeah, right. But now, it's another interest and they have other handlers behind. So it says here that And then Russia obviously said, well, guys, you're going to pay in rubles, and your sanctions, we're going to sanction you back. Oh, my God, no. Contract is a contract. Okay, nevertheless. So that's how they say, okay, you got until tomorrow to pay in rubles. If you don't pay, we're going to cut off. Didn't pay, off. See you tomorrow or next day or whenever you're going to come with rubles, but make another contract if you want. If not, go and buy it much extra price from the Zimbabwe across the Atlantic, if you know what I mean. So Gazprom shut off supplies to Poland and Bulgaria after they refused to comply with the demand. Okay, Europe gets 40% of natural gas from Russia. All right, and it says here that uh, this is what Ursula said. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, from Lion or Line, um, to pay in rubles if this is not foreseen in the contract is a breach of our sanctions. European blah blah blah, she said in a press conference. Companies with such contract should not accede to the Russian demands. So basically, don't buy it. Have your citizens don't have gas or less gas, have a crisis in your country because we are sanctioning and placing an embargo on a country that we're not at war with, but we are in a proxy war because we are pushed by some other people. Is that basically what it is? And we, the people, are not supposed to notice that and say, okay, all right, hey, honey, don't use gas anymore because we have to help Ukraine, Ursula said, okay? Yeah, that's how it's going to happen. So this Ursula also in the same press conference, she said that this threatens the stability of Europe, the limited gas supply of gas or no supplies at all due to the embargo. But then it seems like the European Union placed an embargo on themselves. They sanctioned themselves. They say, oh, we're not going to support Russia's military army and so on. They will have customers. And that's a lot of people who need gas for a cheaper maybe price. But nevertheless, the European Union's citizens who did not vote for this president will have to do what they have to do. And there will be sanctioned because of that. And I can think of Hungary, one of them probably. 4 European natural gas buyers have already paid Russia in rubles. And I know that there were some other 10, at least, countries and customers who already opened accounts with Gazprom Bank to pay in rubles. So I don't know what Ursula is going to do. She's going to send her army. I mean, she has... it says Italian energy giant Eni is also taking precautionary measures as it prepares to set up ruble accounts at Gazprom Bank. So Eni is ready. And then she's going to, Eni is going to be pointed out and Italy is going to be sanctioned or something. Are you going to sanction that? I'm pretty sure there's some German companies that already do that. What are you going to do, Ursula? Sanction Germany? Gotta be kidding. So this is a very, very, this is another, how do you call it? As Nigel Farage used to say, this is a communist Europe. We used to have Soviet Union. Now we have the European Union, which is functioning under the same communist, according to Farage, tendencies. So this exposes the unity of this union that is formed out of so many diverse people, even though they're, let's put it, racially, I'm not going to go into that, but it's still, they have different interests, they have different peoples, and there's a lot of animosity between nations in Europe. And they tried just to erase it like the communists, trying to create the Soviet man, remember? Now this is the European Union man. And you have to think in a certain way, you have to live your life in a certain way, you have to speak in a certain way. And that's what I like about communism, my friend. And if you don't believe me, go to the communist countries and criticize the government outside and make a little protest outside and see how you will be treated. But be serious about it. right? And see how you will be treated. I've seen that in Romania. I am very um, accustomed with, or not accustomed, I'm very aware of their practices in real life, not in on paper. On the paper, Marx is, a communist manifesto and looks very great and with angles, perfect, fantastic. Utopia is right here. But when you put it in practice, you deal with humans. You don't deal with robots. So you have to turn these people, humans, into robots in order to be maybe able to implement that little book over there, which is very interesting. It's a big, thick book, 3 volumes or whatever it is, and all that. Nevertheless, I'm talking about Das Kapital. So we have to, be human and act as humans. Yeah, we have to have order, discipline, and have to agree to a set of values at least. But you can't be regimented and slapped like here. Well, your people are gonna have a worse standard of living, and you would want me to do what for Ukraine because you say so. It's a little disconnect over there. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you.